This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Man, I think just our relationship off the field too, you know what I'm saying? Always hanging out, picking each other's brain, and then when we come into the building, same thing, trying to just communicate everything we see to each other, just to help us play fast and make everybody else line up and help them play fast. So.
What is the biggest area of your game that you want to see improved in 2024?
Man, everything. Shoot. I can improve in every aspect. So I'm going to just try to go out there and be the best, player I can be, whether that be communication, my play style, get my hands on the ball. Hopefully we can do all those things this upcoming season.
How proud are you both of your own performance and the defense's performance overall last year? And I guess, what do you base it on? I mean, there's a lot of metrics that are out there, but how do you judge that?
I think we just base it off of our energy and how we come into the building each day. We want to dominate. And like I said a couple of days ago, we just want to be, especially the defense, we want to be the villains of, the offense every time we come into the stadium. So we want to dictate. And I just say the energy that we play with is contagious, and everybody can feel it. So.
How much of that dictate are you trying to do out here as the defense as a whole trying to do out here against the offenses? They're trying to learn this new offense. What are you saying?
Yeah, it's important to do that. That's where it all starts. You got to do it out here in practice. But yeah, it's important. Everybody's going to get different looks. We're learning our offense just like we're going to have to learn, other offenses during the season when we watch film. So in that aspect, we watch film after every practice on them, and so we try to dominate, just by what we see in practice.
What have you seen from the quarterback competition so far?
They're both good. They're both my guys. All of the defense tries to go over there and pick both of their brains because, they come from different places, so they have different outlooks on things. I don't have much to say about the rest.
You guys have a new position coach this year with Coach Alexander. What's been your impressions of him so far?
Just his intelligence, man. Like I said a couple of days ago, his above-the-neck football, just what he brings to the table, and the details, just the intricacies of the defense, and not, something that not a lot of people see, on the video, just the little details like that. So him coming in here helps the defense tremendously, just with his knowledge and, just how he comes into work every day.
A guy like Christian, what has he added to the defense?
Say it one more time.
A guy like Christian, what has he added to the defense?
Oh, energy, man. Every day. You see it. You saw him, break down the huddle at the practice today. He just brings great energy, very positive, and just a great motor, when he comes out here to practice. It's just 100% flying around each play. You see him run to the ball each play, so that's what he brings.
Does he make you want to up your talking game?
Nah, I'm gonna be me at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my little bit of talking, but at the end of the day, I'm just being me, so.
Guys good? Thanks, Trey.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Which one, this one? Pretty good. Y'all got Trey to say more than 5 words.
Christian, I just asked Trey if you being so vocal is going to help him raise his smack talking game.
Yeah,
he does not feel that's going to happen.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I got that power. Like I was joking about it. Trey probably says about 5 words a day, but it's all good. He's a dog, and he's a heck of a player, so it's fun to be around him. But I'm gonna try to get it out of him for sure. Though I will see how well I can figure it out.
Christian, I know you guys don't have pads on this time of year, so you can't really be as physical as you would like to. But what's your focus as a player, defensive line this time?
Yeah, you still can work a lot of your technique and polish some things up, just training your eyes, training your little techniques and stuff like that. Because right now, without pads being on, sometimes if you're sloppy or if you're not, dialed in or focusing on your technique, when pads come on, all that will be exposed. You know what I mean? So you still got to dial in good hand placement, little things like the little details of the position. I won't bore y'all with the little minute details, but it's still football, and more so just this is a time to get your conditioning in. Running to the ball, different things like that. Just getting used to communicating. It's a new defense for me. You know what I mean? So just learning the guys, communicating, and all that stuff. There's so many little things you can build like that, so that way when you come back and camp, there's a lot of recall, and you can just pick up where you left off.
Obviously, it's June. You guys got a long way to go. We see the defense flying around.
Yeah.
At this point, when you look around this defense, how good do you think this group could possibly be? That'll be yet to be seen. We just got to come in with the right mindset each and every day.
You know, we've done some good things so far, and we're off to a good start. Just figuring out the defense, communicating, getting guys in the right spots. But you know, it's ultimately up to us as players. You know, the coaches give us a lot of, you know, they put a lot on us as players. You know, so it's up to us to take the ownership and you know, just that accountability so we can be the best defense we can be.
It is those little things, though, that separate people sometimes from being elite and being average on the field. How do you kind of take those things that you know that can help the intricacies of the game, that can help mentor some of the younger players?
Yeah, it's just that, like, knowing that myself, you know, I just try to bring that, you know, making sure guys are focusing on those things throughout the course of practice, you know, because sometimes when it's hot out here and, you know, you get caught up in the heat of the battle, you know, you might not be aware of certain situations or certain details or whatever. So, you know, just kind of bringing the guys all in, hey, this is focus right here, this is the situation, whatever, you know what I mean, and just building on those things.
Well, you have been on a lot of good teams, so I'm not speaking disparagingly of anyone, but when you look at Adam, Jake, Tyree, Byron coming along as a young dog, can you talk about how good is this room compared to where you've been? No,
that we got a chance to be a really good room, and I just like the makeup of our room. We got a lot of guys who've had some success in this league, some guys who are starting to figure it out, and then a lot of young guys who are, you know, just really young and really need to figure it out. And I like that, you know, because, you know, it's good. We all kind of feed off each other, and it's a really cool dynamic. You know, us learning from old salty vet Jink, you know, his knowledge and the things he can pour into us, and you know, those young guys give us energy, you know what I mean? Just like they're so, you know, because they kind of give us perspective or like remind us of how we used to be, you know what I mean? So I like the makeup of our room. And, you know, we're all on the same page and we're building a good culture in there. So it's been a lot of fun so far.
Yesterday, Max said that he hasn't played with a player in a long time that's pushed him and challenged you the way that you have. So can you just talk about what does that mean to you and you know, how has he pushed you as well?
No, you know, I was going to say I definitely second that. Like Max is, you know, he's real deal, and I see why he's done the things he's done in this league. You know, obviously I've known Max for a long time, since college. But seeing it up close and personal each and every day, it's like, damn, this guy doesn't stop. Like, you know, he's about the right stuff, and that's good to see. So that even challenges me just mentally every day. Like, all right, I got to bring it, you know, because I know he's going to bring it, and vice versa. We kind of feed off each other there, definitely. But it's, you know, it's humbling for him to say that. You know, I just love to compete and try to bring it every day myself. So it's good that, you know, we're pushing each other and then pushing the team as well.
You bet on yourself. Miami offered you a deal the year before that you were respectful of but didn't want, and you bet on yourself. Now all of a sudden you're the guy that everyone's looking to. You're the leader, the role model. Would you talk about your maturation as a man and a football player? Yeah, I've come a long way. You know, definitely since my rookie year in this league. You know, I've seen so much. I've done a lot. You know, and knowing that and just seeing how far I've come always just keeps me hungry. You know what I mean? I'm just always, you know, just trying to be my best. And, you know, now you kind of see what experience and wisdom does for you, because now it, you know, when certain things go on, you're not rattled, or, you know, you can impart that wisdom into younger guys. So I'm just blessed to be in the position I'm in, you know, and be able to do that.
Christian, there's been a lot of talk of the NFL potentially going to an 18-game season, the Super Bowl, maybe even going all the way to President's Day weekend in February. As a veteran, what are your reactions to that possibility? You know, you kind of see all sides of it. You know, I personally just love playing the game. So, I mean, so there's parts of that where, like, okay, another, but like you also see like the health and safety of the players and just a lot of different things there, in the business side of it, obviously. So there's a lot of different parts that come with that. But like, you know, I've heard the talks. I know it's just kind of talks right now, but I'm sure if that's ever really a real thing, you know, the decisions will have to be made, or, you know, you have to look into it a little bit more.
So you jumped headfirst into the community. I mean, you're at Aces games, you're always smiling, having a good time. Like, I guess, what is it about this community that has ingratiated you to it, and why is it important for you to be out there and about it every day? Yeah, it's you know, it's a new place for me, and I'm learning quickly that it's a great place to be. I've never really been on the West Coast at all, or for for an extended period of time. And I've said before, I'm an East Coast guy through and through. But like, you know, being in this pocket of the country is, you know, there's so much to do, and you know, I'm realizing it's a great place to be for a lot of different reasons. Just, you know, like you said, in the community, you know, and just, you know, all the great things you can just do outside, and you know, there's so much, you know, so, and that's always something that's been important to me. You know, because, you know, I like to definitely, if I'm going to be a part of this team and this organization, I want to embrace all aspects of it.
This team really went to bat for AP last year, and you were here. What are your impressions on playing former initial impressions?
You know, I like AP a lot. You know, he definitely brings it every day, and you know, he's the tone setter, he's the culture setter, you know, of this organization, and everybody, from the top down falls in line. The coaches, the players, we got to bring it every day because, it's nice to see when your coaches, bringing energy and has such high expectations of everyone. You don't want to let him down. When you already have high expectations for yourself, you want to raise that standard even more.
Whenever you talk to some of your teammates, of course, they talk about how great you are on the field, but they also talk about, they use terms like you're a character on the field and off the field.
Yeah.
Would you find, like, the way that you are as a person here tends to bring some of your teammates out of their shell?
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe. I just like to just be who I am. And just like to shine my light a lot of the time, and hopefully that affects people in a positive way, whether it's one person or whether it's the whole team. Just being who I am, and I'm blessed to be able to do that. So that won't stop. I'll continue to be a character, continue to bring the energy, continue to have the joy that I have each and every day when I play, because this is a kid's game ultimately. Although we grown men and we're getting paid to do it and it's our livelihood, this is a kid's game, and I just love playing it. So. I just love everything that football does, just being in that locker room, meeting people from all across the country, everything, so I just have a lot of joy with it.
You guys are going up against this offense each and every day, and they're trying to learn this new offense. What have you seen from them in the quarterback competition as well?
Again, it's just been fun to compete with those guys. We got some really good players on offense, a lot of different guys, a lot of different positions. The offensive line is strong and solid, so it's just fun to compete and, to get those guys going. We're out there, we're going at it, and no one's really holding back, and it's just been fun to be a part of. And then go watch the tape, and you see that energy and you see the competition. It's been really fun.
Let's do one more.
You've taken Tyree under your wing a little bit, mentored him. What are your thoughts on him?
Nah, he's got the potential to be as good of a player as he wants to be. He's had the potential to be a really good player in this league. And there's nothing more than I want to see or than a young guy reach their potential, especially if I could have a hand in that. So Tyree, BY, really all those young guys, Nesta, any of them who need anything, anyone who I could take under my wing and bring along with me, I'm ready to do that. And it's just great to see that they're always so willing as well. They're not like too good for anything. They're locked in. Whenever you talk to them, they listen, and vice versa. And again, like I said, I learned a lot from them, and just they give me a different bit of energy too. So it's been really cool to work with those guys.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not trying to smell you. I just want to pull
I wouldn't want to.
Vinny, long combo.
Yeah,
long hair. About it, hit my tripod.
I think it's fair to ask him.
Go for it. That's a you thing, brother. I would.
I think I know how.
Oh, it was you.
Because he had a great relationship.
Right.
That was the relationship.
Yeah.
They want to do that. I feel like that's much way you do
So you didn't go this way. Is it teaching because you're familiar with what wants?
So those were the times It was just him and Ken, right?
But earlier it was him and the quarterbacks too.
Yeah.
Might have been out.
Right. Could have been mine. That would have been
Topic number one.
that.
He is so good. He was
He's out of your weight class, Levi.
But I get
got a big spot on him or what?
sorry, I was told
He was being like a helper. So anytime he gets called on, he's like,
We hope he gets this so
That's more of a Dusty Rose.
Actually, one more.
That's all we can ask Davante. He's the expert. Against Davante, who commented on all my colors the first year.
Good. How about you?
Yeah, they're having a debate in the wide receiver range for you. Drill what color?
Yeah.
Salmon.
Yeah. Good for you.
Questions?
Davante, learning a new system, quarterback situation going on. You're going against a defense that year 3 in their system. It's probably going to be some rough days out there for the offense. How do you kind of just put that all in perspective that this is a learning process right now and it's the beginning of a long process?
Yeah, I mean, what is that called out there that we just did?
Practice.
That's it, right? Like this the opportunity to get all of that stuff ironed out. It's going to be a lot of mistakes. It's going to be mistakes made, during the season. But this time of the year gives us the opportunity to get ahead of it and learn the system. Thankfully, I've been in the system for a long time, so 90% of these calls, like, they're coming through, and I know what to do right away without even, getting in my book for real. So it's a learning process for everybody getting comfortable with it. The same thing happened with the last offense when we were here, trying to just figure out, things change on motions, getting lined up. It's different formations. You might hear some things that were similar to what you had before. Getting that out of your mind, kind of unlearning some stuff is a part of the process. So we're just gonna keep working. That's all it is. It's the second day of mandatory minicamp. So we got a lot of time. We just gotta make good use of our time.
You've been a leader since you got here, but because of your familiarity with the offense and the scheme, does it make you even more of a teacher?
100%. I mean, naturally, when I got here, I was leading the men when I first was learning, Josh's offense. But as far as being able to get out there and tell somebody what to do, like I didn't even know what to do for the first, however long. So you got to kind of establish, yourself on the field and get some credibility. I guess I don't know if credibility is the right word, because I think I have that or had that coming here, but definitely now knowing it gives me definitely a little bit more of an edge to where I can, not just sit there and have my head in the book writing the whole time. Obviously I know something, and it's been something I've been doing for the last 5-6 years. I can kind of look over to Jacoby and look at his route. And when I'm watching tape now, now we'll watch the practice after when we get back in there. I'm looking at it. I'm not just looking at myself watching my route. I'm more looking at everybody else to figure out a way to help them get better and learn to help their process a little bit more.
So that being said, how good can this offense be with the personnel that you guys have, even the additions that you brought into the draft?
I mean, you stop talking about potential when you're like 10 years old. So at the end of the day, it don't really matter how good we can be. It just matters I definitely don't want to put any expectations on anybody, but it's no secret we got some dangerous weapons on the team as a whole, not to mention offense. So guys stay at it and keep learning and keep getting better and pushing each other. It's a lot of competition right now, so that's what's going to make everybody better. And then I guess we'll see what that potential is.
What's the best thing about this offense?
I don't know if it's any one thing, but just the timing. A lot of things kind of go together, so it makes it. It's going to keep some defenses honest. Different ways we may motion one way and do something, and then do something completely different, have a double move off of it, or whatever the case may be. But I could answer that question a little bit better going into the scheme, but obviously you guys don't get that. So
what are you seeing in the quarterback competition right now, Davante?
Competition, just like what you said. These guys are going out there, and they're not necessarily, Gardner trying to beat out Aiden or Aiden trying to do that. It's more everybody just trying to be the best version of themselves and continue to learn. Neither one of those guys have any familiarity with this offense, so just taking advantage of all their reps, learning from the mistakes, because there's going to be, obviously a lot of them. It's the hardest position to play in football, so it's not going to be easy. But they're continuing to push each other too, which is the best part about this thing.
Given where you are in your career right now, is there any, in your knowledge of the offense, is there any type of frustration, or how hard is it to put away a frustration when you see the learning and the install still going on, when you're already kind of well versed in it, so to speak?
The frustration comes in mid-season when we haven't made the progress that we need. At this point, you're not a very mature or experienced football player if you're getting frustrated in mandatory minicamp. It's obviously I get frustrated every play if it doesn't work, like to a certain degree, but it's not frustration where you're losing hope in your teammates or yourself or the potential of what you can do as a team. It's more like, I got a standard, and I definitely, everybody in this circle knows that I have a very high standard for myself. So, if I run a go route and the ball's overthrown, I'm gonna be, probably cussing on the sideline for a second, just more upset that I didn't get to complete that, because a lot of what goes into me being as confident as I am on Sundays is having made that play 100 times and knowing what that feels like. So then in the game, is people come up and say it just looks so easy. And I'm like, well, I don't have to elevate for the game. I come in to practice with the same mentality and same intensity that I would have, in a game. And then that way, when I get those opportunities, it's kind of like, I even alluded to it a couple years ago when I was mic'd up with the Packers. I was talking about a ball being in the air and me feeling like it was deja vu. Like, as the ball was in the air, I was channeling almost having done that exact same thing before. So, we just got to keep working and definitely not getting frustrated to the point where I'm thinking it's not going to work out. But, we're going to keep our standard. You got to have realistic expectations at this point, but always keep your standard where it's supposed to be.
You've had a tremendous relationship with Dave Ziegler, and with Tom being new, have you had a chance to get to know him and work on build that relationship yet?
It's going to be gradual. It's not going to be the same. It wasn't the same with Brian Gutekunst as it was with Dave, and then coming in Dave to Tom, it's always going to be different. Just like how you guys were teasing me about the Aaron to Derek thing when I misspoke. But yeah, anytime you change, regardless if it's a great GM or a GM you don't like as much or whatever, which is definitely not the case here, but it's gonna everybody's different. He doesn't talk to me as much as what Dave and I spoke, but everybody's got their own way of going about it, and the respect level as far as me to him and he to I is there. So we just got to continue to build on that, keep talking, and figure it out together.
I know it's early and only OTAs, but have you noticed any differences in Aiden's game so far compared to the last season?
in his game. I mean, it's
Or even how he carries himself.
yeah, it's more of the just the comfortability just in general within his own skin, I guess you could say. And you know, he is who he is now, and he's talking a little shit out there too. So it's a little bit of everything. You're starting to see more of him versus just the shell of a rookie trying to do everything, you know, by the book, which is that's what allows guys to kind of get to that next level once you figure out who you truly are and start to come into your own. So obviously he's balling, and he was doing a lot of good things last year. So I don't want to say like I haven't seen any elevation, but you know, he was doing, especially toward the end, he started figuring out who he is a little bit more. And you know, as soon as he got here this offseason, he kind of put his cleats on, strapped up, and you could tell that he's ready to go.
You talk about the offense having dangerous weapons, and you might have brought one in Brock Bowers just off of watching, you know, whatever tape you have and seeing him out here. What's your first impressions of him?
Yeah, that's BM, man. That's what I call him, BM. That's the businessman. He don't care about nothing else other than just locking in on football, and I can see it in his eyes. I try to tell a joke and get him to laugh. Talking to the rookies, did a little panel with him a couple weeks ago, and I mean, he was sitting there stone faced, didn't laugh at a thing I said. So I was like, this is BM right here. And I told him that yesterday. I gave him his nickname. So I definitely know. I see what he's about. Seen the tape. He's a big, strong dude, and he's focused and driven. So the sky's the limit for him.
Let's do two more, guys. Two more.
What's the synergy been like between you, Trey, and Jacoby?
Just how it was last year. I mean, we just like, you know, as Aiden coming in, getting more comfortable, the more we get around each other, the more comfortable we are, and we are a pretty cohesive unit right now, and it makes coming out here a lot more fun, makes it easier, and you know, we spend a lot of time together outside of the facility too, which is, you know, what really makes this thing fully special when you have that type of bond and that type of connection with one another. So it's just going to continue to grow.
A lot of talk, Davante, about the NFL potentially going to an 18-game schedule, the Super Bowl, maybe even going all the way to President's Day weekend. As a veteran, as somebody that is keenly aware of what the season takes on you, what are your kind of your thoughts of the possibility of the season lasting that long now?
If you would have asked me that 10 years ago, I probably would be excited about it.
Yeah.
Now, I was not so excited, but it is what it is. You know, that's the thing that's special about football, and why I really wanted to play football over basketball, is that I just feel like it's a different type of feeling knowing that you only have a limited, you know, amount of opportunities out there. You bust your ass the whole off season, come out here, OTAs, you know, you get dinged up when you're not even on the field, and then you only get 16 opportunities, 17 opportunities, 18 opportunities, whatever it is. So I'm always down to play more football, but it makes more sense when you're fighting for something too. So hopefully we're not playing 18 games with, you know, that's obviously not the way to think about it, but just, you know, that's the way that you kind of have to. If we playing more, it better be for a reason.
All right. Thanks about that.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.